Hello, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much, Bukola. Of course, absolutely. I was watching something on TikTok, and somebody said that social media is the people's complaint box. And it made sense to me that if any government, any organization, any institution wants to know what the people are saying, go to the social media. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be X, or wherever it is that you engage in the social space. Just go there and find out what they're saying and X-ray, examine. Look at those that are speaking objectively. Of course, there are so many things that happen. People criticize and talk about that.
Jeffrey, on a lighter side, on a lighter note, public complaints made it into the budget, getting billions of naira in allocation.
Absolutely.
So should we start funding Nigerians who are complaining on social media, which is where the real complaints are, by the way.
Let's get to it. The first one you're talking about is the student loan bill that has been transmitted to the National Assembly. And of course, there's a level of success being recorded there. I expect that they will expedite the passage, what has happened in the Senate and then the House of Representatives, because there are some annotations they had to do after people had complained that, look, this bill is not going to fly and achieve the essence of what you wanted to achieve. So annotate on a few provisions of the bill, clauses, of this bill. Just look at it. And I think that has been done. So we have, it's just a short bill. So if you're a student, go out there, find out what this is. It's about 10 or 11 pages if you use a PDF. So it's not much. So you can acquaint yourself on how this works. It's a legislation that is going to be binding on everyone who is interested in getting a loan. So Abbas Solomon says, what we need is not students' loan, but a revamp of all public educational institutions from primary to secondary level, increase the capacity to accommodate the huge number of applicants seeking admission into various schools. This is what we need now in our educational sector. So that's Abbas' perspective on this issue.
Well, Abbas may be speaking for himself, but others who really need this loan see it as a welcome development, a scheme that would democratize tertiary education in the country, such that the woman who's selling akara, the woman who's selling boli, can actually send her children to the university with ease, without pressure and without the agony of standing in the sun all day. Some are able to do it, but some are not actually able to do it. But this one is also coming from Bihola Olaniya. I hope I got this, but this sounds more like Olaniyo. But they say, Biola Olaniyo, they say, did they not anticipate or see this before signing it, that's it, on the board into law in the first place? Good question. Something that has not even taken off at all is being represented for repeal. Why sign it in the first place? Good question. But in our interaction with the NANS president yesterday, he talked about the need, to include the need for inclusion for people who are not captured in the bill, to enable them access it. You could talk about the requirements to get a civil servant of a certain cadre, a lawyer as guarantor. Those are some of the grey areas that people are worried may exclude a certain category of students who need to access the scheme.
Yes, exactly. So that the bureaucracy is reduced as much as possible. One of the things is that if your parents don't earn up to 500,000 naira a year, it may affect you. So they are removing all of that or annotating on that so that as many within that economic cadre will be able, or strata rather, will be able to access this loan as much as possible. God, my refuge, says it's good to get it scrutinized and enacted, but this student's loan, will it really work in Nigeria? Well, time will tell.
Let's get it tested first. This one is from Cyril Onyekachi, and Cyril says, that's commendable. Well done. Our mandate.
All right, Fortman Jr. says, you're still hopeful about this student's loan? Now, wow. Okay, pessimism. Everybody with their own kettle of fish saying, well, this person doesn't believe this thing will work. But let's see how it plays out at the end of the day. But that's not all you were talking about on X. Now, there was a conversation between the minister of the FCT and some journalists yesterday, right there in the nation's capital, where he made comments about sundry issues, one of which was security. And one of the comments he made is that some of these kidnappings in the FCT, they are stage managed. And of course, you've reacted. This person, believably illiquid, I hope I said that correctly. What is the percentage of stage managed kidnaps out of the thousands that occur each year? Instead of fixing the root cause, they always seek to drive the narrative purely for optics?
Oh, well, that's debatable. This one is from a lot of numbers in the name, actually. GCK 121, and then you have the numbers. Just 2 lines. They say, deal with the situation, stage managed or not. Nigerians are only interested in results. Now, stage managed or not, stage managed, especially if it is, speaks to the level of dissent that we have come to in the nation's history. Stage managed means some family members may have actually, arranged the kidnap of their own loved ones such that they can get money. So are they sharing the money with the victims, quote unquote, that have been kidnapped, or are they, working against the interest of their loved ones? So a lot tied around that. And
when it comes to statements by public officials, I think it's important that public officials come clear on some of the things they say. Because people already have a perception of what a public official is. And I know that there was a governor in the East who said, oh, some of these things are politically motivated killings, and we're going to name them. We've not had a name till today. So when you say they are stage managed, we will expect that you give us 1 or 2 cases where you say they are stage managed, so that people will believe what you say. He may be saying the truth, may not be saying the truth, we don't know. He's only the minister that knows what he's saying, because he's the one that has access to this information. So sometimes, if this information is necessary to come to the public to convince the people, absolutely. We'd like to see.
You're right, Jeffrey. Let's see such people who have come to such level of darkness as, they can go that low to kidnap their own loved ones just in an arranged one.